Like, the doll is amazing. I love it. But that's the one criticism that I do have. And I do honest reviews. I have to let you guys know my opinion. What's up, Seahorse Army? Today I have something really cool to share with you guys. I'm really excited for this one. So I've got one of the Skulector dolls. This is the Creature from the Black Lagoon Skulector doll. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I saw the promo pictures when it was first announced and everything. And I just think that she looks so stinking cool. Like, overall, I feel like the design is relatively simple compared to some other collector Monster High dolls, but like and I'll talk about more about this later on when I get her out of the box, but like what they did with like the things that they were able to do with the simplicity, I just think it's such a cool doll. I don't know, like it's really interesting because I know like people in the past for other Skulector dolls have complained about like, you know, the design of it not being up to their standards, you know, versus the price and versus everything, you know, like all these different things to look at. But this doll is just so cool that I genuinely don't even care what anybody else says. I just think that this is such a cool doll. I'm really, really excited for it. So I think that I'm like on par as excited for this one as I was for Greta Gremlin. I don't know what it is. It's something to do with the design. The only difference though is I've seen Gremlins. I like the movie Gremlins and Gremlins 2, but I've never seen Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have no nostalgic like tie-in with it, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have anything that is, you know, like when it comes to the actual movie or what it's based off of, the source material. I just think that this is a really, really cool doll, so I'm really excited to share it with you. Anyway, okay, let's start talking about it. So this is the box. They did the box a little differently than they have in the past. The first several boxes that they did for the Skulector dolls have all kind of been the same, where like the front kind of like opens up like this, like doors. And I don't know if Jack and Sally was the first one that did it differently because they had the outer cover that slid off, so that you could see them. This one is another side one, but it opens like this. So, okay, I'll show you that in just a second. So we've got like photographs, the super high quality glossy photographs on the front and the side. Over here it says Creature from the Black Lagoon. I did it upside down. There we go, Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then on the back, look how cool this is. It's like, you know, the clawed hand reaching out from the porthole into the water, and in the water there you can see, like here, if you're not like paying attention, you can overlook it, but it is a skelett for in, you know, the shape in the water. And it's one of those, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But I just think that is really, really cool. Anyway, so let's just start looking at the actual doll here. So oh my gosh! So I think that this is really, really cool, especially if you're an in-box collector and you like to have the boxes displayed. I think that this is a really cool display. Being able to see both the photograph, like the artwork or whatever, and the doll at the same time, I think that that's really, really cool. That being said, this is one of those boxes that if you want to display it like this, it does take up a lot of space. So that is one downside, I will say, but I still think it's a really cool idea. Now, this outer part is just basically two separate pieces that are little shells. Oh, she looks so good. Oh my gosh. And her screening is like perfect. Oh my gosh. Obviously, you'll be able to see it much better once I get her out of the box. But there she is. Oh, Creature is so cool. And I love just what they did with the accessories and everything. I can't wait to show you all the details. So anyway, okay, so here is the doll in the box. This is one of those that I'm actually kind of sad that I am going to unbox it because I think it genuinely looks really cool. Like, Greta Gremlin looked cool in her box, but I did not need the box. It just looked like that science lab kind of scenery. And I would love to one day, if I was rich, own a second one of all of the Skulector dolls to keep in the box, because I think that this really is a work of art. Like, it looks so cool the way that they're displayed and posed. This looks so cool, but she is coming out of the box because I can't help myself. Anyway, here's the back of the inner box, I guess, you know. So it says creature from the Black Lagoon. It's got some like, well, it's just like a picture of like an underwater scene. Like you can kind of see the rays of light coming through, and then every so often there's like a glossy scuba diver or whatever. I don't think there's an actual picture of a person. I think that it's just done in a glossy part right there to show you where a person would be. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. Oh, and then you have from the makers of Monster High down here, and the Monster High logo is glossy right there. On the back here is some information. It says creature from the Black Lagoon doll. Devonian expedition log number 70. Date is February 12th. Now I know that like when Monster High does these, a lot of these like dates and times and things have some kind of significance in the Monster High universe or having to do with Mattel or with the designers. I don't know. If you know anything about these dates, please let me know, because like if it has to do with the creature from the Black Lagoon, I would not know because I've not seen that movie. But anyway, it has like a time and everything. The time is it's in military time, so it's 1954, which is like what, 7:54 p.m. And then it's I don't know, these are, I'm assuming, coordinates somewhere. Anyway, so it says this may be the most exciting moment in science arriving at the Black Lagoon. Our group of scientists has yet to unlock any secrets of the Devonian fossil in our possession, and questions abounded. What does abounded mean? I'm not an English major. I'm not even a very proficient English user. Anyway, is this the bridge between man and land animal? Does this piscine amphibious humanoid really exist? What lies in the mysterious depths of the lagoon? I thought we may never get our answers until the ominous ripple in the water, a flash of green, and there it was, the legend in a killer swimsuit and harpoon heels. Surely my eyes deceived me. I drew closer, the moonlight gliding across the shimmery scales and green gills as it locked eyes with me. A trespasser on its land. Before I could gasp, it slipped back into the murky water, taking its secrets deep below. If it's what I think I saw, it's the greatest find yet, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, now I kind of want to watch this movie. I'm not a huge fan of horror movies, and especially modern horror movies. Older horror movies, like, you know, older Hollywood, sometimes it can be a little bit slower paced and we're used to the newer stuff, so it can feel a little corny, so it might be like easier to go back and watch it. But I do like creature features, so the fact that it's a monster, I might actually enjoy it. I don't know, I'm gonna have to give it a watch now that I've got the doll, and see if I get any of these references or anything like that, but also just because I think I might end up liking the movie. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, let me take this dust cover off. Oh my gosh, she looks so cool. And this was recently up. She was $60. I don't know if I already said that, but I got her on Mattel Creations. I was able to get her on the Fang Club member, like, early thing. I think they like set aside a certain number of them for Fang Club members to order on the Thursday, and then she went live on Friday for everybody else. I was lucky enough to get the order. I do know several people who were not able to order her on Thursday. Hopefully, if that was you, hopefully you were able to order her on Friday. That is so cool. Okay, but look at, okay, so first of all, she just looks really cool posed. She's cool in general, but she's really cool posed like this. You know, you've got her stand, which is a unique stand for her, which I'm really excited about, and I'll show you how it works because it's a little different than a normal stand. But then the image behind her is like underwater, and it's actually like under a boat, and you can see there's a person's legs right there, so she's supposed to, like, she's going up to grab them, you know. But what's really cool is if you look at the picture, there's like joints on the knees, so it's supposed to be another Monster High doll. Hold on, can you see that? Look at the knee. Like it's a jointed, articulated knee. So like that's another Monster High character, but like the doll. So I'm wondering if that's supposed to be Draculaura or who that's supposed to be. That's so funny. I feel kind of bad taking her out of the box. Like I said, she just looks so cool the way it's like done, but it must be done because I definitely want to check everything out. And I don't know, I want to see all of the details. I want to check out her hair, all that stuff. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a quick break to get her fully out of the box. And when we get back, I'm going to show you all the details, talk about everything I noticed, and give you, of course, give you my opinions and stuff like that. I also really want to check out this stand because this looks so cool. Anyway, okay, I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. All right, I am back and I've got the doll out of the box and she is so cool. Okay, so there's a couple things I didn't realize about her just from like the promo pics, so I'm gonna go over all of that. She doesn't come with much. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot to check. Is there like a certificate of authenticity? Usually there is. Yes, so there is a certificate of authenticity taped to the back of the inside of the box. So if you, I collect these, so I'm gonna take that off, but I'm just gonna put this back in here for right now. Actually, I don't want to forget. So there we go. Here is the inside of the box, like without the doll blocking everything. But what's really cool is there is little skelettes everywhere, like here and like in the bubbles and stuff like that. They're like hidden everywhere. There's just like so much to look at. It's a really fun little, like, not exactly a Where's Waldo thing, but there's that MH Monster High, Skelett in the Sand. I don't know. I could sit here for a while and just kind of like look at this and be like trying to find, you know, how many skeletts there are or other little hidden details and stuff like that. Oh, there's like a hand, like a skeleton hand right here. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Anyway, the doll does not come with any kind of like accessory like a purse or a brush or anything like that because it is a collector doll. The only things that was in there was the doll and the stand is like part of the decoration. It's like part of the aesthetic, which I love, but even while it's being displayed. So this is the stand and it looks like the sea floor and there's like an anchor here, which this anchor looks very familiar to me. This actually looks like there's, oh, who was it? Dana Treasure Jones? No, the other one. Vendala de Bloom. I think this is Vendala de Bloom's purse, if I'm not mistaken, or one of them. I don't know. It reminds me of a Monster High purse or something that I've seen, or maybe it's just a coincidence that it looks like that, but it does kind of make me think of that. There is also like, you know, fish scale or fish bones down here and stuff like that. You know, it's a metallic blue. There is some little like seaweed or something, you know, back here in like a teal color. And then in lime green is this like long kelp, like whatever this is called, you know, just really tall seaweed. And this right here actually latches on to the doll's leg. So I have to put it in at the ankle and then I can kind of like push it up slightly just to get it at a good spot. And then it's a little bit of a balancing game because you do have to position her right, but there you go. So this is a very tall stand because it's, you know, kind of like raising her up to make it look like she's swimming. The only bad thing about this is that like she does kind of want to tilt over a little bit. So if you don't balance it right, that happens. Once she's on the shelf, I don't see that happening. It's because I'm holding it and I'm moving. That's probably why that happened. But because it's so tall, I don't know if it's going to fit on my normal shelves. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to end up displaying her. I don't know quite yet. Can you put it another way? Hold on. Okay, so I mean, I guess you could technically do it like this if your shelf isn't tall enough, like mine, which by the way, I've been reorganizing all this. It looks done, but it's definitely not done. There's some more things I have to do, and I am making a separate video about that. So once it is actually finished and I'm satisfied with it, I will do like an update video and I'll show you more in detail, just not right now. But anyway, so yeah, you could put her on it like this and it's kind of like she's sitting almost. So she's not up as high, so she'll probably fit on the shelf a little bit better. But also the base of this stand does take up a little bit more space, but because of the way it's, you know, the way it's done, I forgive it because this is so cool. But yeah, oops. Once you get her balanced, this is really cool. I actually really like this stand a lot. And I wish that they would do more unique stands. I think the reason they were able to is because they didn't include any additional accessories or whatever. They were able to like be really efficient with her design, so they had extra budget, I'm assuming, and they were able to put it in the stand. So that's probably what happened here. Anyway, so here is the doll. I always like to start off by showing you the doll's face, and she looks so cool. So like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, she's the most gorgeous doll that I've ever seen or anything like that. She's meant to be the creature from the Black Lagoon, which is meant to be scary. So I think that just like with Greta Gremlin, they did such a good job at turning a creature that's meant to look ugly or scary into a really pretty, like really cute Monster High student, you know, like that's basically what they've done. And I think this is so cool, and they did such a good job. I love the eyes. I love the pink eye makeup and the orange lipstick. The face sculpt is completely unique to this character, and it looks so cool. You've got these extra gills here, you know, the cheekbones and everything, and the ridges at the edge of the eyebrows and stuff like that, and the nose. Like, this is done so well, and it just looks really cool. She does have a head accessory, so it's not like a hat or anything. I think these are meant to be more fins or gills or whatever it is, but it's kind of like one of these comb accessories or a pick that kind of goes in and just kind of creates this like halo effect. So you could remove it if you want to. I am not going to, because I like the way it looks. It's just attached with the little plastic stays, like the little plastic kajinker thingies that are stuck in her head. And then there's like a piercing right here, like an ear piercing, I guess, but it's supposed to be a little anchor with the little skelette at the end of the chain, which is really cute. But yeah, so that is the head accessory. I did not realize that her hair was in a high ponytail. I think that this is actually really, really cool. Like, from the front, the pictures, most of the pictures I saw were from the front, and she looked like this, and I just thought she had, like, I don't know, half up, half down, or her hair was being held back by this plastic thing right here or something. But the fact that it's a ponytail, I love that, because personally, that's just one of my favorite styles for dolls, is to have the hair up in a high ponytail. So no surprise that I like it. Going down to her outfit is really interesting, because it's basically a one-piece bathing suit that is like green, dark green and light green, that kind of gives these scale effects of, you know, the shape of the creature's body. And then it has these mesh or what kind, I don't know what kind of material this is, but anyway, it's got this like crimped fabric over the shoulders and on the back here, and also over the leg openings. And these are just kind of like extra fins, basically. But they kind of also create this like dress look, almost, you know, like it almost looks like she's wearing a dress, or she's dressed for the Met Gala or something. And then over it, she has this like armor piece. Like, I don't even know what to describe this as. It's like a cage, you know, like, you know, it's got the neck piece with the shoulder pieces, but then it's connected and it comes down. It has this like rib cage thing that goes around her body, and it just clips onto the body. It does not actually close. So it's easy to take off and put back on. And then she has, instead of bracelets or anything like that, for her fins, like, they didn't do the fins the way they do for Laguna. Like, for example, here is my Real Drama Laguna doll. She has fins that are molded to her forearms, and then down here, they're extra pieces of plastic that are plugged into her leg. But for Creature, they have like these gauntlets, which they are removable. So it's like a band or a gauntlet or whatever this is called, you know, a wrist piece. So if you take that off, she does not have permanent fins on her forearms. And then for her fins on her legs, these are actually boots. So these should come off. Yeah, these actually come off. She's got like normal Monster High feet, and these feet, basically her feet, are boots or shoes, and I love that. That is such a clever design. You know, rather than make her feet permanently look like this, the fact that it is a shoe that can be removed, so if you want to change your outfit or something. It's a collector doll, so I don't know why you'd want to do that. But the fact that they did this is something that I actually really appreciate, even though it is a collector doll and you're probably meant to keep it in the box. It's just a really cool thing, you know. It's a cool way to do something interesting with the outfit. So this is actually a removable boot. It's got the scale pattern. It has the fin on the back, and it has like painted details. The front of the foot, the toes come to claws, and the claws are painted gold. And then her heel actually looks like a harpoon with the rope, which is so cool. Like, this is such an interesting way to give this doll shoes and to really keep it like on brand. You know, it's got these harpoon heels with like the creature's feet. It's so cool. Like, I don't know, that was the way I kept thinking about this doll to myself, is that this doll is really awesome. Like, there are some beautiful dolls, there are some high fashion dolls, there's, you know, different ways to describe certain dolls. This one is just awesome. Like, I think that this is a really, really cool doll, a really cool collector piece, especially if you're a fan of like older horror movies, if you're a fan of this movie in particular, and just for Monster High fans in general. I think it's a really cool addition to the lineup. The hair is so gorgeous. It is saran, and it has this beautiful custom blend of like a forest green, or like almost a teal green, really, with this like bright lime green streaks coming through. I love this combination, and I kind of want to get a second one of these dolls so that way I can make a custom but keep the hair. I love this hair so much. Now, overall, looking at this doll, like the doll with the stand and for the price and everything, I can find almost nothing to complain about. I actually genuinely love this doll, and I think that it is executed and designed so well. I really, really like it. I do, however, have one criticism for this doll, and it's not exclusive to this doll. It is kind of across all of the Monster High collector dolls that I've been getting recently, because they all seem to have the same issue, and it's with the elbows. Now, I learned my lesson from the last couple dolls, from Beetlejuice and from Rochelle. I learned my lesson, and I did not bother trying to take the forearms off, even though like older Monster High dolls, you're able to disconnect the arm at the elbow, so that way you can change their outfits and stuff like that. I've broken two dolls now, their elbow joint. One was the Beetlejuice doll, and the other one was the Rochelle Fangvote Rochelle that I got. I broke the arm peg. It's still able to plug in, and it's still okay, so I didn't have to like return it or anything like that. But it, you know, the fact that that happened, I was so upset for both of them, and I've just been like very cautious. Like with Lenore Loomington, I got her, and her elbows were like stiff, and I was worried it was gonna break, and stuff like that. With this one, I'm almost even more worried, because let me just show you this. So I'm gonna get as zoomed in as I possibly can. You can see the peg right there. This is the way the doll came, and on both arms, like the way that she was strapped into the box, her arms were like out like this and kind of bent backwards, and I think it was putting a strain on it, because the plastic for the little peg is a lighter color than the rest of the plastic, and like, you know, it's green and then almost white for right there, which tells me there's a strain on the plastic, and it is like close to breaking possibly, and that worries me. And because I have broken the elbow joint on other collector dolls and have had issues with being able to pose some of the Monster High collector dolls, I know that it is something to do with the Monster High collector dolls and whoever is making them. There's an issue with that joint, and I want to call it out, because that's the one and only criticism I have. Like, the doll is amazing, I love it, but that's the one criticism that I do have, and I do honest reviews. I have to let you guys know my opinion. So I did notice that. I mean, that being said, like, I'm able to turn it, and it gives me a little bit of resistance, and it feels like the plastic is bending more than it's actually twisting inside of the arm here. So I'm able to pose the doll, but it's just, it keeps like pushing back a little bit. You know, see how I'm like pushing it forward and it keeps going back? It's because it's not twisting very easily. Whereas, for example, this is an older Ghoulia. This is not the Boo Original Cree Productions. I just got it out so I can compare it when I do review that doll. But like, you know, this doll has no trouble moving the arms back and forth, and in fact, if I need to change the doll's outfit for any reason, the arms, oh, and her glasses apparently, the arms come off really, really easy. The peg is perfectly fine, and you're able to put it back in, and it's not tight, it's not loose, it holds it, you know, it holds the pose that you give it. Like, this was constructed very well. But these newer Monster High dolls, I don't know if they're using a different factory to produce them or what's going on, or if they changed changed the type of plastic it's made from. Something about these newer collector dolls, I don't like the joints that they're doing, and it's caused a couple of mine to break. So Mattel, if you are watching, or the people at Monster High, please know that there is an issue with the joints in the elbows, and it's not a one-off thing. It's happened to multiple of mine, and I even kind of feel it in the knees. Like the knees kind of feel wobbly, like maybe the pegs that the joints are made out of, that plastic is softer than the older ones or something. I don't know. I never really had issues with any of my older dolls, except for like maybe one or two ones that I got from the thrift store, and I'm assuming that those were just played with really hard, and that's why I had issues with them breaking. But I've never broken any one that I've gotten new from the store. The only ones I've ever accidentally broken were the collector dolls, you know, or the Skulector dolls, sorry, I should say. And even like the original Cree Productions, they're not as bad, but they're still like stiff. Yeah, no, these are actually much better. Never mind. This Spectra here, I mean, there's a little bit of resistance imposing, but even these, so it really is the collector ones for some reason. The Boo Original Cree Productions seem to be okay. And same thing with the real drama dolls. So I guess these are technically like a playline level. So it's just the collector dolls that for some reason they're not using good joints, or the material that they're using, there's something up with them. Anyway, so that is my review for the Creature from the Black Lagoon Monster High Skulector doll that just came out. I am in love with this doll. She has kind of gone right up towards the top of the list for me, right up there with Greta Gremlin and a couple of the others. I genuinely really like this doll, which is surprising for me, being that I've never seen the movie and I don't have any kind of connection with old horror movies or anything like that. I just think that this doll is really cool and is designed very well, except for the elbows. And once I get her onto a stable surface, she'll definitely balance a little bit better. But I love this doll so much, and if you still have the opportunity to get her, I definitely recommend it. If you're able to get it from Mattel, I think that she might be sold out by now, but if not, you know, some of the collector dolls have stayed in stock for a while. So if you're still able to get her, I definitely recommend her. If she is sold out, don't pay scalper prices. I know it can be really hard. I know it's frustrating if you can't get the doll from Mattel, but like, don't support scalpers. That's my public service and my PSA for the day. Don't support scalpers. Anyway, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pose this girl because she keeps falling over while I'm holding her, but once I get her on the shelf, she'll be fine. But I am gonna get going for right now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe to join the Seahorse Army. Like if you enjoyed the video. I did that out of order, but I don't care. You could also ring the bell and get notifications when my new videos come out. I don't really have any other specific updates for you. This week, I think I'm just gonna do a couple more quick reviews because I am tired. I just got back from my grandma's house and we did, all weekend, we did a yard sale and it was exhausting, you know, moving a lot of tables and boxes of stuff and then sitting out, and it was kind of warm, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun. I recorded some of it, so it'll be probably, I might have a video coming up showing you what I did, but it'd just be a very short video. But yeah, so I'm exhausted, and so the videos this week might be just simple doll reviews because those are like the easiest for me to film. So I'm probably gonna open a couple more dolls here, but yeah, stick around and ring the bell so you get notified when those videos come out. All right, I'm gonna stop talking, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.